This lively woman is stuck. She wants to tell you a story about something that happened to her. But she doesn't know how to tell it. I lack the necessary footage that will support the narration of this story. And I am a month behind with this video. And the reason is I am too afraid to tell this story and make it be boring, I guess. This lively woman has dedicated more than half her life to the arts. For 2 years, when she was 8, she learned to play the drums. It was fun, but then she saw a cello in a movie once and fell in love. She wanted to play the cello. She was 10 by then. It was so clear to her that playing the cello was all she wanted to do with her life. So she thought then, and for many years, that was all she wanted. Studying music quickly became her shelter, her excuse that would help her get by the nuances of school and then high school. It didn't matter all that much if she didn't do that well at school. She would be a cellist after all. This truth kept her safe and going for many years. Everyone believed it, and so did she. There's a time in everyone's life when we are asked to be very clear about what we want to do with our lives. And we need to base this decision on the little to no information we have about the real world and life. She was an adolescent when it came time for her to think about all that. She was sure about the being a cellist thing, but there were some ideas that didn't seem to sit all that well with her. Did she really want to spend every evening from Monday to Friday in a tiny room teaching students how to play the cello? Was playing with the orchestra such a big thing for her? On top of all that, there was this insecurity. After so many years of education, she knew she didn't have a voice of her own. She couldn't make her cello speak in the way she had seen other musicians speak with their instruments. She tried and looked far away into other musics, but the years of square-minded education made it impossible for her to get back in touch with her own voice. She had simply lost it. Fear started to get installed in her body. She saw her peers succeed, and yet she didn't feel like she made progress. She was forcing herself all the time. She wanted to perform well, like them, She couldn't. She was lost without knowing how lost she was, and it was painful. But when you're lost without knowing that you're lost, it is impossible to start walking towards the solution to your problem. Life is funny in how it puts what we need right in front of us when we need it most. And of course, we need to be open and aware and take the opportunity, which is what I did when I was presented with these opportunities in my life. Suddenly, people who carried deep spiritual knowledge came into her life. For the first time ever, she was getting some answers. Her curiosity awoke again, and she started to learn a lot about herself. With the help of a guide, she realized the path she had chosen wasn't the right one for her at that specific moment of her life. If it hurts, it can't be the one. This realization sank deep into her, like the only truth there was. She quit music. She abandoned the instrument which had once felt like her soulmate, and kept walking within into the void. But did she manage to find her creative voice again? I guess I will have to make another video about that part of the story.